Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Welcome into Northland Basketball exclusively here at the Sports Zone. Welcome into our game broadcast from the Chinle Wildcat Den and our first trip up north in this early season. Welcome into December. Welcome, just welcome. Let's have a great broadcast and a great time tonight here as we bring you the coverage from the Wildcat Den. Floyd Simmons here on the play-by-play call for the Sports Zone. It's our game of the week. It's Northland Basketball. It's presented by Choice NTUA Wireless and some great sponsoring partners that include Holbrook Family Dentistry, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint as well, and several others. We'll detail those as we get moving along through our broadcast here tonight from the Den. They are introducing the starting lineups here in Chinle. Snowflake is getting their introduction now, and the home team is about to get introduced in front of the big crowd here at the Wildcat Den. Why not give them a little bit of, give some volume to the crowd mic, and let's see how rousing of a response the Chinle Lady Wildcats get from their crowd here tonight at the Den. And I believe this is the home opener. It is the first game of the season for the Snowflake Lobos, not including tournament play. They are 3-1 overall in a tournament they played in Tucson. And I make the assumption it was in Tucson because when I looked through the Max Preps results, all of the teams that they played were Tucson teams, and they did end up with a 3-1 record against those clubs. And so Snowflake is off to a great start, and they've got some good time under their belt, some experience early on in the season. I think that's going to serve them well here on the road at Chinle. The Wildcats are 1-1. We saw them beat the Show Low Cougars at Show Low last week. And then they faced Tohatchee, New Mexico. And it was a close game, but a loss for the Wildcats. They lost to Tohatchee last week. Final score was 68-62. So 1-1 for the Chinle Lady Wildcats. 3-1 all tournament games for the Snowflake Lobos. And we are ready to go, everybody, from Chinle High School. Thank you for spending some of your time with us tonight. I see the audience on our YouTube broadcast is growing. We're hoping to bring it to you as well on Facebook, but some issues, don't know what those are with the Facebook transmission. So, good evening to all of you joining us on YouTube. And good evening as well to those listening on our radio broadcast in the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. And the early tip will result in a turnover. Snowflake had it for a moment, and they'll give it up. And the Lady Wildcats have the basketball for their first time today, just a full second into our contest. And into front court comes the ball. Jaden Lynch, along with teammates out there. Noel Walker, and now at the top of the key, DeJoan White. DeJoan is going to get a screen, and she'll go baseline and then up off the glass. Tough to guard that one. And the first points of the game for DeJoan. First points of the game for the Wildcats. The early lead, 2-0. So we are underway in Chinle. The ball on the baseline right side, and there's a little backdoor cut. Oh, nice spin move. And the ball just rolls up and leaks over for Raya Denhalter, her first points of the game. And it was really well executed. A lot of times you don't see that pass go very well if it doesn't go outside the defenders on that baseline. But Raya was right there. She took the ball, and then a nice fake step toward the outside of the key The defender bailed that way, and Raya was just wide open to turn around and drop it in for Snowflake. Meanwhile, the Lobos will get it off a Wildcat miss and tip it out of bounds. It is Snowflake that touched it last. And the ball belongs to the Wildcats. Chinle taking on Snowflake here in our broadcast of Northland basketball. Welcome in, sports fans. Welcome in, Sports Zone Nation. And the Wildcat Den, as always, a marvelous place for basketball. One of the 7 wonders of the basketball world. How does that sound? One of the 7 wonders of the basketball world. If you've never been here, if you're watching this game at home, you've got some vested interest. Maybe you're a fan of Snowflake. Maybe you have a relative or a friend playing on the team. As you watch that pass go inside, a beautifully executed inside move. And Renelle West has her first basket of the game for Snowflake. They lead Chinle here early on 4-2. Remember, there's a shot clock as well. Right now, that shot clock down to 22 seconds as the ball gets tipped out. And the Wildcats are going to control. The shot clock stays in progress. It'll be 22 seconds on it on the inbound here coming up. But if you've never been here, you might want to make plans sometime to make a trip out here and see what it's all about at the Wildcat Den. It's worth it. Come to any game. It doesn't have to be your team. Just find a game on the schedule. Come to any game here at the Wildcat Den, and you're going to be blown away. Nice spin move and then use of the glass. Wow, Kowayazi. Showing us all how it's done, and just so technically sound on the move that she made and put the ball in up off the glass. There's something different about the way she's moving this year. We've gotten to see her already once before, and she's always been a special talent. As you watch Nicole Hips get her first shot of the game for Snowflake. And a nice little mid-range jumper by Nicole. But back on, well, let's watch this one. Beautiful pass and an assist for Jaden Lynch, and DeJoan White has her second field goal for the Wildcats. But we were talking a moment ago about Kowayazi, and Koa's always been good. She is now a junior, and she has always played well. As an underclassman, when she was a freshman, she started most of the season and deserved it. And you know, her talent is really extraordinary. But there's something different about her this year, I've noticed, in the early going. There's something more refined and polished about her game. And going to keep an eye on her and watch her, because I think that, you know, it's kind of hard to say when somebody's already been a superstar that they might have a breakout year, but it just kind of has that feeling like Koa is going to break out and do something even more special. Meanwhile, it is the Wildcats working the ball. Jaden Lynch inside. Beautiful pass and a nice block defensively by Snowflake, but there was some body involved there. And the lady that's going to get whistled for her first foul is Kennedy Stewart. Great job by Kennedy as Alyssa Williams caught the pass going to the basket, and I thought that was going to be an easy 2 points. Instead, you can see Kennedy drop back there and time it perfectly to get the blocked shot, but she did get some body there and a 2-shot foul. And Williams at the line is able to connect on the first one for the Wildcats. Hey, listen, these two teams, the shooting percentage pretty good in the early going. First half of the first quarter here just about in the books. There's 2 for 2 at the foul line. And it just feels like very few missed shots. You know, already we've seen in all the games we've covered, what, 4 games, 5 games now? And there has been an atrocious level of shooting in the early going by some of these teams. So you watch Koa step in front of a pass and steal it for the Wildcats, racing up the right lane, and then she is going to try to put that one up from about 13 feet. It's no good. And the Lobos will take back over the basketball, bringing it up in the front court is J.C. Wagner, and her pass is going to be tipped by Williams. Alyssa Williams has the steal, bounce pass, and with the left hand, Jaden Lynch is unable to convert for the Wildcats. There's Wagner for Snowflake with the rebound. I'm looking at the wrong. That's Raya Denhalter. Sorry about that. Raya made those last 2 plays for Snowflake. J.C. Wagner is a member of the Wildcats. So Snowflake able to round up that loose ball, and they go to work with the basketball. Hips, left side, into the hands of Taylor Hancock. Now on the right side, on the angle, it's Denhalter who took the early quick step, Gets called for the travel. That's a turnover, and Snowflake gives it back to the Wildcats. Coming into the game for Chinle for the first time so far tonight, Desiree Yazzie has checked into the lineup. And it looks like J.C. Wagner comes in for the Wildcats. Wagner joining the lady throwing it in, Jaden Lynch out there on the floor. DeJoan White is in the lineup. Koa Yazzie out there for head coach Francine McCurtain and her Chinle Wildcats at the top of the key. Yazzie with the pass inside and just really good on the footwork by DeJoan White. She was able to back the defender down, give herself a little bit of room to lay it in without much of a contest. So the inside game for DeJoan White is working well for the Wildcats. They get the early 10-6 advantage over Snowflake here with 2:37 on the game clock. There's a runner with the left hand, and it's no good for Stewart. And then a Snowflake foul after the Wildcats grabbed a rebound. The personal foul is on personal foul, first one of the game. I think that's on Bryn Kupfer. Snowflake has gotten Bryn into the game. DeJoan is going to try an inside move. And she cleared out. She used that lead elbow to make some space. And along the way, that is the first foul of the game, whistled on a Lady Wildcats player. 2:15. And counting down in the first quarter. Snowflake has the ball back. Hips on the left angle. She is going, no, it's not Hips, sorry, that's Kennedy Stewart. She lost her footing. She went down, and Koa Yazzie was able to get there, get some hands on the basketball, and tie it up for a jump ball. Snowflake will inbound. And here is Taylor Hancock to throw it in, and she does get it into her teammate, Stewart. Stewart will dribble left hand across into midcourt, front court. We're on that left sideline. And a hand check foul on the defender. That is J.C. Wagner. Trying to stay step for step with her along that left sideline. Whistle and a foul. And Hancock to throw it in again for Snowflake. And that comes into backcourt. Boy, they got to be careful. That is borderline. They're throwing it in with Stewart moving into backcourt. And I think the pass needs to be a little higher and a little farther to avoid that potential of catching it in front court and then going into backcourt. Here is a whistle and the first foul of the game on Koa Yazzie. Koa's first foul as she sends Bryn Kupfer to the foul line for the Lady Lobos. Nicole Hips will check out of the game. Raya Denhalter has returned for the Lady Lobos. Their coach is Mike Brogan. And his ladies are at the foul line, one of those ladies anyway, and she missed the shot, tipped around. And eventually it is controlled by the Wildcats. There's Jaden Lynch. First points of the game for Jaden. We got 90 seconds left in the opening quarter here. Kupfer has it. Kennedy Stewart at the top of the key. Tough defense played by that Wildcats team. Now Stewart's able to go by the defender, go inside. She dipped in and underneath there. Her shot was too strong. It's going to roll off the front of the glass and tip out. And possession to the Wildcats. As you take another look here at that shot by Jaden Lynch. Good looking shot, good looking shot, not just by Jaden, but by the camera guy, Derek Simmons, with that camera, also our producer. A couple of moves there by Koa Yazzie, and then the fadeaway is no good. Ball saved, controlled by Snowflake, but stolen back by Desiree Yazzie inside to DeJoan White. DeJoan's got 8 points in the first quarter. Snowflake will call a timeout. They want a timeout. Coach Brogan gets a quick timeout. And want to check here. trying to get our point totals right. It's 14-8. The Wildcats in front. I guess there wasn't a timeout for Snowflake. So I was a little confused. I'm a little less confused. I don't know what happened. I'm just a little less confused. I choose to move on. Kupfer has it for Snowflake at the top of the key. To Nicole Hips, swinging it around right side. That's Taylor Hancock with it. Taylor is guarded closely by Jaden Lynch, who then picks up Raya Denhalter. Snowflake working it around. Good job with the ball movement, but the shot is going to get blocked. There was some contact, though, so Snowflake is headed to the foul line. And, the second foul of the first quarter on DeJoan White. She'll check out of the game. Wagner also leaves for the Wildcats, and coming in for Chinle is Jade Key, along with Elea Pete. Elea Pete is into the game now for her first time today. Those two young ladies getting their first action for the Wildcats. Inbound with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Denhalter lost the dribble for a moment, and there's confusion on the floor as finally it's Raya Denhalter for Snowflake picking it up, but can't get the shot away before the shot clock expires. And that gives the Wildcats the possession with 9.6 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Here goes Jaden Lynch up in the front court. Now 4 seconds. Picks up the dribble to Desiree Yazzie for a very deep three-point try at the buzzer. It's no good. And our score at the end of the first quarter, 14-8. Chinle in front of Snowflake. Stand by. More of this girls' game next. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's Northland basketball. It is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
Got a big and building crowd on our live video stream broadcast on the Sports Zone Radio YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us there, everybody. And to those listening on radio across the White Mountains on Mix 98, thanks for being there for our radio coverage as well. Inside it goes to DeJoan White. Shot is blocked, but there was contact. And I believe that's Denhalter who was nearest and got a forearm on the forearm to try and block the shot right here. You'll see there's a little help defense right there, and there's all kinds of contact right in there around the arms of DeJoan, who misses that free throw. She scored 8 points to lead the scoring for the Wildcats in the first quarter. And now DeJoan will connect on the second free throw. It's 15-8. Our score is 15-8. The Chinle Lady Wildcats leading Snowflake. Up the floor it goes. That's Kennedy Stewart serving it to the corner. Nicole Hips, and then across the paint, her pass to her teammate, Renelle West. We're going to get an offensive foul. The offensive foul is called on Nicole Hips. Thanks for joining us for this broadcast of Northland basketball. Chinle hosting Snowflake in the doubleheader. The girls' game underway right now. The boys' game will follow, and that'll be a separate broadcast, so remember that. When this game ends, we'll end the broadcast and start a whole new broadcast for the boys' game coming up. Meanwhile, here's a ball that tips around, and it looked like Snowflake, well, I thought Snowflake touched the last. The official says nope. And the Wildcats got a hand on it, so the Lady Lobos will bring the ball in and up into front court. Dribbling with that left hand is Kennedy Stewart, gives it up. Nicole Hips, and she drops it back to Taylor Hancock underneath. Raya Denhalter with the left hand high off the glass. Good-looking shot by Raya. And Snowflake. They worked the ball nicely inside for Denhalter's shot. It's 15-10. Wildcats in front after the Snowflake make. And this little lefty runner kind of elevated on the wrong foot, Nicole Walker did. And then it just kind of rolled off that lip, and then Snowflake must have got a finger on it, knock it out of bounds. Walker looking around, she gets it into Koyazi. Back to Walker in the corner, guarded closely by Stewart. Jump shot, no good for White. There's Alyssa Williams with a rebound. Wildcats getting multiple opportunities right here. Let's see if they can cash this into points. Deep on the left angle, Koyazi drops a pass inside. And nice spin move to the basket by Deshaun White, but she just couldn't make the shot. It was a beautiful move. Dropped that step, went right around the defender, but couldn't make the shot go. Denhalter will run and then missed that one for Snowflake. Rebound. Wildcats outlet. Deshaun White, left hand, good this time. Somebody needed to make a shot because after what I thought was impressive first quarter shooting by both teams, they've come out here in the second quarter. Most of the first 2 minutes of this one were a little bit sloppy. But then Deshaun made her shot. Here's one that misses everything. Another miss inside by Snowflake. That's Renelle West trying to get it. She tried to chase down her miss, and Les touched it out of bounds. The Wildcats take over the basketball. Alyssa Williams will leave the game, leave the lineup for the Wildcats, and into the game is Ilea Pete. She joins Koyazi, Deshaun White. Jaden Lynch is out there. And the fifth of the Lady Wildcats is Noelle Walker. And for the Snowflake Lady Lobos here at the 5:45 mark of the second quarter, they've got Taylor Hancock. Also Kennedy Stewart is out there. There's a ball inside, by the way, for the Wildcats. Worked in nicely. That high-low game for the Wildcats, doing a good job, looking good out there. And I didn't get to see who got the assist on that, but Deshaun White had the position, and her shot was pretty easy. Now Renelle West going to try to work on her. Gets it back outside to the corner. That's Raya Denhalter with the miss. She gets her own rebound eventually, and with the left hand able to make the shot. Well, Denhalter doing a pretty good job, and after the make, Coach Brogan decides to grab a full timeout for his team for the Lady Lobos. So we'll grab a timeout after we take another look at this replay. And that beautiful pass right around the defender. It's Koyazi that got that assist. Stand by, everybody. It's Northland basketball coverage presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
Thank you to Holbrook Family Dentistry for their partnership here with us at the Sports Zone, and a big thank you to Choice NTUA Wireless, our presenting sponsors of Northland basketball. There's a miss on the run for the Wildcats. They're going to somehow end up back with the basketball. Another miss, but there's an offensive rebound, so here's a third opportunity on this possession for the Wildcats. As we come out of Snowflake's timeout, find out what the Wildcats can do. Nice pass inside. The assist belongs to Jade Key, and it's Ilea Pete with her first basket of the game for the Wildcats. 21-12. Chinle in front of Snowflake. Nicole Hips tried to get a pass to the low blocks, trying to get that one down inside to Renelle West. It's tipped away defensively by the Cats. Ball out of bounds. Here comes the inbound. Taylor Hancock. Throw it in. Taylor looking. Interesting that Coach would select Taylor to throw it in. I would imagine she's a guard. She's got the good ball handling skills, good passer, but she is so short compared to the other girls in the lineup. It would seem like that represents a defensive opportunity for the Wildcats to go in, put somebody there that's a big barrier and with a lot of wingspan, and see if that makes it tough on the inbound. But so far the Wildcats haven't tested that. Here's a shot from the corner left side. That shot is going to be no good. It bounds around, and it's finally picked up by Rennell West. And Snowflake pushing. Rennell with the shot. Offensive foul. Well, she kind of made up her mind that she was going to take it all the way herself. And then when she kind of, shifted a little bit in the paint, went toward the middle, she could not slow down her progress. And a good job by the defender to essentially take the charge, the player control foul. And here's one that is tied up on the sideline. Kennedy Stewart and Koyazi. DeJohn White set to come back into the Wildcat lineup with her 2 fouls. She does. And she joins Jade Key for a pretty tall front line. It's like a 3-2 zone for the Wildcats. And the 2 big ladies underneath to see if they can stop anything that comes in the paint. Shot, miss, jump ball. Snowflake has checked into the lineup. Bryn Kupfer, she is out there. Also in for Snowflake is now Haley Westover. She's out there. Raya Denhalter back on the floor. And the Wildcats, they have the basketball. 21-12, Chinle in front. Shot from the angle left side. 3-pointer is no good. That shot wouldn't go down for Elea Pete. Snowflake, long rebound, outlet to the corner, and then Kennedy Stewart has her pass deflected. Taken away by Pete, who will drop a pass back to DeJohn White. The Wildcats work on it. The bounce pass inside to Jay Key, feed it back. Oh, look at this, a little catch they're playing underneath, and Jade was not expecting the return pass from DeJohn. It goes out of bounds with 2:56 on the clock in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report at the break. Kennedy Stewart will go inside, throw one up high. That shot is no good, and there is a tie up inside. Jump ball. Snowflake's basketball. Alyssa Williams back into the Wildcat lineup. Well, our audience is just steadily growing on the YouTube channel there. So thanks for being there, everybody. And Denhalter into the paint. Good defense by J.C. Wagner as she forced Denhalter to kind of juggle the basketball right there and force the extra step. So that is a travel. That's what we commonly call that. Commonly referred to as a travel. And I'm taking a look visually. It kind of looks like the volume on the announcer volume might be a little lower than the commercials as you watch it work inside to DeJohn White for the basket. And the end one is on the way here. The lady that committed the foul is Raya Denhalter. For Snowflake, she's got 2 in the game now. And we'll see about DeJohn. Can she? Yep, she makes the shot. And she helps the Wildcats to double up Snowflake 24-12 here in the second quarter. And a hand check on the Wildcats. Second foul on J.C. Wagner. Here comes Jaden Lynch back into the Wildcats lineup. Alyssa Williams out there, Koyazi on the floor. Here's a shot that goes up. It's missed, and DeJohn White had it for a moment, but Denhalter made her lose that one. Another loose ball. This one picked up, and Snowflake has a little inside floater, and it's Josie Clare with her first basket of the game for Snowflake. Josie checking in early on, the first time we've seen her out there. She just came out with a loose ball, but the Lobos turned that one back over to the Wildcats. Back for a three-point try. Jaden Lynch, it rims out no good, and DeJoan White has it. Stops for a three, and that one's going to be off the mark before finally Kennedy Stewart will drag the rebound down and hustle up the floor, throw a runner up on the baseline, and a blocking foul. 2 shots on the way after J.C. Wagner made the contact. 3 fouls in the game on J.C. Should be two shots. It's not 2 shots. I don't know. Well, Coach Brogan thinks it was also while she was shooting, but the official says no, it was on the floor. We're going to go with that. Here's a whistle. This one might be shooting. See, Wildcat foul. Noelle Walker has her first foul of the game. She's not in there, is she? Okay. Maybe it was, yeah, that's Noelle Walker. What am I saying? But they don't have her up on the big board, do they? Oh, they do. Okay. All right. I'll get my bearings here. Both. One of the shots good. The other one did not land for Snowflake. It's 24-15. And a shot from the corner misses the whole apparatus. And then it's tipped out by the Wildcats. Snowflake has it with 1:07 remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass intent. Halftime report is on the way. So if it sounds like the volume level, the announcer volume level, like me, if I'm too quiet compared to your commercials, the commercials when you hear them, let us know that, please, in the live chat, and we'll make that adjustment for you, make it better. There's a timeout. And that one is taken by, well, I guess it was taken by Snowflake. You see the graphic on the screen. It shows that Snowflake has 3 remaining. I had thought that Snowflake had already taken their second timeout a while ago, but that's just the second one that Mike Brogan has asked for. And he decided with 1:02 remaining in the first half that was the right time. Now Snowflake will work to break the Wildcat press. Taylor Hancock, and she will dribble across to her teammate Nicole Hips on the left angle. Nicole will switch places with her at the top of the key, her teammate. Anyway, guarded by Jaden Lynch. And the drive inside. Nice job. Soft touch on the runner. Nicole Hips with second field goal of the game. And the Lobos are trying to work their way into this thing. They're going to get another chance right here. Kennedy Stewart on the run. Right side to Hancock. Back to Stewart on the angle. She's guarded by Koayazi. Swing it around and inside Renelle West. And here's an open jumper, but that one is going to be a little too much for Hancock. Taylor Hancock couldn't make the shot for the Lobos. 13 seconds, no shot clock here. Now 10 seconds on the clock. The Wildcats. Back out on top, 5 seconds. DeJoan White, guarded by Danahalter. Now 2 seconds. The screen, and from the corner, that one hooked up there. DeJoan didn't get a clean shot away. And that is how our first half will come to its end. Well, pretty exciting. This is the first of our 2 games tonight here from the Wildcat Den. The boys' game will follow, but let's grab a halftime breakdown in a moment. It's presented by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Stand by, 24-17. The Wildcats in front of Snowflake in this girls' game. It's the Snowflake and Chinle matchup, Northland basketball. It's presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Around the holidays, it's nice to hear a little jingle. You probably know the Mountain Mobile Autoglass jingle, and this holiday season, that jingle means holiday cash. Now through Christmas, we're giving away $500 cash each week and $1,000 right before Christmas.
This is the best Christmas ever!
With your insured windshield, you can choose 2 delicious steak dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse and 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters, or choose a $100 gift certificate for window tint. That's a great idea for a present. And everyone's name goes in the hat for weekly winners of $500 cash, and again in the hat for the $1,000 Christmas drawing.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Call Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint today.
536-597. Mountain Mobile Autoglass cash back. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first-half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's our halftime breakdown, the Mountain Mobile Autoglass halftime report. Chinle leads Snowflake 24-17 here at the break in this girls varsity showdown. Our coverage of Northland basketball is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. And a big thank you to them. Thank you to Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sholo Pinetop, and Heber Overgard locations for Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. But it is the Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint's halftime reports. And if I might throw a little word out there about Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint, their owner, Jace Green, is not just a great guy, but he is among many community members in the Snowflake Taylor area that are involved with bringing in and hosting something called the Giving Machine. The Giving Machine, that's going to be in Snowflake starting on December 17th. And it will go through, it'll be in Snowflake through the end of the month. So starting on December 17th, and they'll have a ribbon cutting and a kind of a celebration at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on December 17th in Snowflake. You can't miss it. It'll be downtown, and so go look for it. And the Giving Machine is a way that you can go and vending machine style, you can donate to some different nonprofits, different causes that you might really enjoy. International financial aid you can provide, but also local nonprofit organizations around the White Mountains. So if you would, keep that in mind, and we would like to just extend a thank you and congratulations to Jace Green and some great people in the Snowflake area bringing into our community the giving machine. And you'll hear more about that as time grows closer to the December 17th unveiling of the machine this year up there in that area. Take a look at the numbers from the first half. The Chinle Wildcats in front 24-17. They are led in scoring by DeJoan White. How about a 16-point first half? She had 8 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the second quarter. She is putting on a clinic with her inside game. And, you know, her older sister is a Northland basketball legend, Stacy Begay. And I didn't think that DeJoan or anybody could possibly rival Stacy Begay as a pure low-post player. Not that that's all Stacy could do. She can play outside too. But DeJoan's low-post game right now is like Stacy all over again. It is amazing to see what she's doing out there, how quick, nimble she is on her feet. And Snowflake doesn't have a real answer defensively for what she can do inside. If the Wildcats can start to hit their outside shots, it's going to be a long second half for the Lady Lobos. They've got to figure out how to maybe get another person in there, because the Wildcats haven't been shooting lights out from the outside. They only have 3 field goals that weren't made in that first half by DeJoan White, so they're not shooting particularly great. Snowflake's got to hope that keeps up, and they've got to start getting help inside defensively on DeJoan. Meanwhile, DeJoan does lead the scoring with 16 points, and then you got a quartet of Wildcats with 4 points apiece. Alea Pete has 4, Jaden Lynch with 4, Alyssa Williams and Koayazi each have 2 points. Sorry about that, 2 points each for all those 4 ladies. Snowflake is led tonight by Raya Denhalter. She's got 6 points so far. Nicole Hips has 4 points. Bryn Kupfer with 2, Renelle West with 2, Josie Clare has 2, and Haley Westover has 1 single point in that first half. And that's what it looks like. I want to thank Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, our presenting sponsors of the halftime report. We'll grab this one more timeout, and we'll return in just a bit, everybody, for the second half of this one. This showdown between the Chinle Wildcats, the Snowflake Lady Lobos. Northland basketball presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overguard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a 2-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Hey, welcome back in to Chinle's Wildcat Den. Sports Zone Nation, my name is Floyd Simmons. I get to call the play-by-play on our broadcast coverage here. Choice NTUA Wireless presents our coverage from this courtside location. Hey, by the way, I mean, they've got a brand new scorer's desk here. It's beautiful. We love it. And across the front is a great new graphic, like a big screen, wide screen. You can see it kind of at the top of that shot right there. I'm sure Derek will give us an even closer look at it right here. This is the new interface here. And I guess we won't take a look at it, but it's pretty awesome what they've got going on here at Chinle. And they did a bunch of stuff in the summertime last year. There it is. Take a look at that. Is that gorgeous? Is that beautiful? That is a heck of a sight right there, man. You got to love it, right? It's an experience. You come out here to Chinle High School. There's a lot of colleges and universities across the country that wish they had what they've got here in Chinle. And we get the second half underway. Snowflake unable to get anything on that trip up the floor. And with 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock in the third quarter, just underway. It is Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. This is Noel Walker, and Noel going to miss that shot, but the Wildcats maintain possession. You got Walker out there, Alyssa Williams in the lineup, Jaden Lynch is on the floor. Here's DeJoan White with the basketball, and the fifth is, as expected, Koa Yazi, and she's got the ball now in the corner for Snowflake. Nicole Hips covering her. Koa gets a screen, drives and dumps a pass over the top to her teammate, Noel Walker. And Noel's got her first points of the game. 26-17 is our score. Advantage, Wildcats. Nicole Hips with it for Snowflake. To the angle right side. That's Kennedy Stewart. And a pass intended for Kennedy is tipped by Koa Yazi into backcourt. And Stewart hustles back and picks it up. Raya Denhalter on the baseline. Lefty off the glass. Now, I've got to check. Is Raya a true lefty? I don't remember from last season. This is my first chance to see her this year. First regular season game for Snowflake. Watch this. Nice move. Look at the lefty off the glass right there. That was a good-looking shot by Denhalter. So my question is she a right-hander or a left-hander? Because along the baseline like that, you don't necessarily have to use your left hand on that shot. It's more, coming more perpendicularly to the window, to the glass, that you would definitely want to make sure you're using that left hand. Pull-up jump shot for Yazi, no good, and an offensive rebound and a basket for DeJoan White. 18 points already in the game for White. Ball into front court, and that's Renelle West. She gets it to Denhalter. Too much on that shot, and it's brought down by the Wildcats. And the lady that is able to bring it down is Desiree Yazi. She's on the floor and just into the lineup for the Wildcats. DeJoan White deep with the basketball to Yazi on the baseline, and Desiree is going to work down there against the defender and unable to make that shot. Denhalter, Snowflake rebound. And the Lady Lobos will walk this one into front court. We got 5:35 on the clock in the third quarter. Whistle. And a Jaden Lynch blocking foul. That's the first foul of the game on Lynch. Renelle West leaves the lineup for Snowflake. So does Kennedy Stewart. Coming in for Snowflake is Bryn Kupfer. And then I didn't see the other lady that came in, but I know this. Timeout is called, so we'll grab a timeout as well, everybody. Stand by. Back in a moment with more Northland basketball. It is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Back to the action. And Snowflake has brought into the game Josie Clare. Denhalter, the runner with the left hand. She's got to be a lefty, right? Everything from Denhalter has been with that left hand, and she makes it look so smooth. I always thought she was a righty, but I guess I was wrong about that here. Oh, look at this ball movement up the floor. An assist for Koa Yazi, a basket for Jaden Lynch and the Wildcats. Took care of that possession with great efficiency. It was a great job bringing it up and getting that bucket to go, and then Lynch, after her basket, commits her second foul of the game. Watch it again. Work it up the floor. No need to dribble. Just take it right in. Get it to the basket. High percentage shot. Jaden Lynch cashes in. And it's 30-21. Whistle again. Reset the shot clock at 35 seconds. And Snowflake has it on the inbound. You see the timeouts remaining right there. The Wildcats have all their timeouts. Snowflake has used 2 of theirs, so they've got 3 left. And look at that nice move in the paint by Nicole Hips. And the one-hander is up and good and matched on the other end by Kowayazi. Koa making it look simple. Denhalter's lefty from 3 is going to rim out no good. Inside, rebounded by Claire, and she's going to get hacked on the rebound. It's not a shooting foul. It would be Desiree Yazzi's first foul of the game for the Wildcats. And she's going to check out. Elea Pete comes into the game. Alyssa Williams checks in for the Wildcats. The 2 of them join Jaden Lynch, Kowayazi, DeJoan White in the Wildcats lineup. Bounce pass inside, and that's going to be off of Claire's hands. Josie Claire, she lost it out of bounds. Well, they say somebody tipped it out. So Snowflake on the inbound, wide open corner. And the 3 is no good out there for Hips. Nicole's shot no good. Nicole is joined by Taylor Hancock. Raya Denhalter is out there. Kennedy Stewart for Snowflake. Josie Claire is on the floor right now. I believe I covered them all. Did I say Kennedy Stewart? I think I did. And here's the inbound into Kowayazi. Knocked from her hands. She's able to control, get it to her teammate, give her an assist. I believe she intentionally got that ball on the pass over to DeJoan. And DeJoan White has 20 points in the game. Again, there really is no answer at all for what DeJoan can do inside. A nice little runner that's up and good for Kennedy Stewart. Her left hand will go in. That shot is good, and Snowflake takes a timeout. 34-25. I'm always curious about how these coaches use their timeouts, when they use them. You know, I coached basketball when my sons were all, 4th grade. The 8-foot basket. The carpet gym in Sholo. Not a great place to host games, but you got it. You play where you can. And I was never the great coach. I don't have a lot to add to it. Run, hustle. Stop taking stupid shots. That kind of stuff. That's about all I could add to, coaching. I know the difference between zone and man, but my kids didn't. So I don't know. Calling timeouts. So Snowflake would choose to use a timeout right there, leaving them with 2 for the game, but figuring, got to make a run now, right? So this is why they would choose to call a timeout. By the way, that is Raya Denhalter's 3rd foul now for Snowflake. Nope, take it back. 4 fouls. Oops. She got 4 fouls in the game, and I think coach is going to have to get Raya off the floor, but, he needs her to help them make a run right here, down by 9. Now, 9's not that much. You can do a lot with just a 9-point deficit. It's not like you're out of the game. But only two timeouts left in the holster for Coach Brogan. As he called that one right there. There goes Denhalter off the floor. Renelle West replacing her for Snowflake. So a 10-point lead on the made free throw right there, and we'll see if White can make another foul shot. She does for the Cats. Double digits lead right now for Chinle. Here comes Snowflake in the front court. Not for very long, though. That is a great defensive play. Elea Pete with the steal. Her shot wouldn't go. Nice rebound, Jaden Lynch, and she tried to maintain the dribble while she was horizontal. Tried to keep that dribble going, and then Coach McCurtain calls the quick snap timeout. spending her first time out of the game right there. We'll grab a timeout as well here. Stand by, everybody. It's Northland basketball. Why not? Presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center for the sponsoring partnership of Northland basketball, which is presented by Choice, NTUA Wireless. But White Mountain Regional Medical Center is going to help us present the Sports Zone's player of the game at the end of this broadcast. We'll talk to the victorious head coach, whomever that might be. We'll talk to our player of the game as well. Looks a lot like DeJoan White right now, doesn't it? There's a lot of time left for Snowflake to get back into this thing, turn it around, get a win. But it's going to take some hard work for the final. What is it? About 11 minutes of basketball we have left here. Inside it goes to DeJoan White. Got too far under. And Rennell West comes up with the rebound for Snowflake. In the paint, the floater is up, and it's no good. Bounds around. DeJoan, the rebound. Long pass to Jaden Lynch. She cannot make it go. Koa, rebound. Her shot no good, and it's going to tip out of bounds. Last touched by the dome of Taylor Hancock. It got her right on the dome. Looking in. The inbound pass. Alyssa Williams took the inbound pass for the Wildcats, and then Rennell West was able to knock it from her hands and tie it up. Snowflake gets the ball back. Out goes Nicole Hips. In comes Bryn Kupfer for the Lobos. Kennedy Stewart is also back into the lineup, and this is going to be somehow Rennell West ended up with a pass that I thought was going to be intercepted by any number of Lady Wildcats. Inside to Rennell, and she is going to get fouled. Not a shooting foul. Not a shooting foul right here. That'll be team foul number 3. Nope, team foul number 4 on the Wildcats. It's looking at the wrong side. Kowayazi's second foul committed today. Somebody reporting out there that the Chinle Lady Cougars were losing to Tuba City 44-24 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Thank you for the update, RD12. Kennedy Stewart launches and hits the first 3 of the game that anybody has hit. Nobody. Not either one of these teams. Before that, Stewart made 3. And now Snowflake with another chance right here. They need points. Drive, and Kowayazi is whistled. A 2-shot foul on the way for Taylor Hancock. Well, Koa reacted like I didn't do it. Let's see. Yeah, I think she may have definitely committed the foul right there. So she was either saying, no, I don't agree with the call, or she was saying, dang it. How did I not block that shot? Clean. Taylor Hancock for Snowflake. First one is no good. Koa, by the way, relieved of duty for a moment by her head coach and mom, Francine McCurtain. Neither one of the free throws would go. Rennell West with a follow for Snowflake. That won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds off of the Wildcats. Well, Kowayazi, she sat down long enough for the free throw and then the momentary play after the miss, and she's right back on the floor for the Wildcats. In it goes, Denhalter. Nope, that's Rennell West, and her shot no good. Loose ball picked up, saved in, picked up by Josie Clare. And Josie gets into a bit of a scrape right there. That'll be a turnover. Inbound for the Wildcats. Hey, do we have any ASU football fans in the audience out there that might want to chime in on the chat and let me know if you think that the Sun Devils have it in them to win the Big 12 championship this weekend. They're going to be playing. It's an early start, 10 o'clock somewhere. I don't know if that's 10 o'clock Dallas time where the game is being played against Iowa State, or 10 o'clock local time in Arizona. So if I were you, I would plan for 10 o'clock Dallas time, because they are an hour different from us. You don't want to catch the start of that one late, do you? Snowflake brings it across. If you're a fan, let us know in the chat right there, and let us know how the Sun Devils are going to do. Is my guy Cam Scattaboo, is he going to dominate like I think he is? I'm just going to say right off the bat, he's going to go for about 150 yards rushing. He's going to give us a few of those highlights, maybe 2-3 of those highlights where, he knocks a bunch of guys down like bowling pins, where he sets a tone that the rest of the team feeds on. You get a foul right here on Snowflake's Bryn Kupfer Scott now. 2 fouls in the game. Somebody says yes. ASU will win. Go Devils. Thank you for that. Ethan Christensen out there says go Devils. Is that the Ethan Christensen, number 55? Jersey number 55, Ethan Christensen. So you see Snowflake come up with a ball. Down the floor it goes. And Bryn Kupfer on the baseline for Snowflake. A much-needed basket for the Lady Lobos. We've got exactly 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Mix 98 KRFM Sholo is the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Some of you listening on radio in the White Mountains. The rest of you watching our live video stream as the ball goes inside for the Wildcats. And Brianna Benali is into the game, and Brianna's got her first points of the game for the Wildcats. There's an answer for you right there. And that's going to be Josie Clare, and she travels with the ball. Snowflake gives it up. And with 38.5 seconds remaining in the quarter, it is Wildcats basketball once again. See, Jessica Kay says it's going to be 10 a.m. Arizona time. It's going to be a good game, all capitals on the good game. Whistle and a foul, and that is going to be a foul on numero 12. That's a third foul of the game on Bryn Kupfer of Snowflake. It's a shooting foul. Jaden Lynch at the line for the Wildcats. Okay, how about this? Here's another question. Thank you for chiming in with your ASU comments. Keep those coming if you're an ASU fan, and if you're not, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Hey, Julio, are you an ASU fan? Okay, Julio, our technical director, Julio K, nods his head yes, he's an ASU fan. Okay, here's another question for you. What was more satisfying, people? More satisfying, the victory over BYU or the victory over the U of A? Because I got to be honest with you, it's about a tie for me. Highly satisfying wins for the Sun Devils, weren't they? Now, neither one of them was enough to storm the field. Nobody should have been storming any field. That one, ASU fans, I got to call you out on that one. Go storming the field after the BYU win. But, nonetheless, both were extremely satisfying victories, if you ask me. Got 18.6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Snowflake at the line. Taylor Hancock, the lady, trying to get her first point of the game, which she does right there on that make. Listen, Snowflake's right there in this one, a 7-point difference. Closing out the quarter. Final 13 seconds right now. Wildcats with Noelle Walker out there working outside the key. And then to Jaden Lynch, who got fouled. Looks like Taylor Hancock has picked up the foul. Lady at the line is Jaden Lynch. Can she make it 2 foul shots right here? Not this time. The miss, the rebound, Rennell West for Snowflake. 3 seconds on the clock. Got to get it up there. There's the shot on the run, and that's going to be just off the mark, bringing us to the end of the quarter. Chinle 39, Snowflake 31 in this girls' game. 8 minutes left in regulation. The Sports Zone presentation of Northland basketball is brought to you by Choice NTUA Wireless.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Hey, we're back, everybody. The fourth quarter getting underway now. Nice backdoor cut by Snowflake, and they're going to work it for a basket. Kennedy Stewart, the assist. Nicole Hips with the shot for Snowflake. And, hey, this one's down to 6 points. Chinle 39, Snowflake 33. The Lobos have just hung around. And they're going to have to worry about Koa Yazi a bit there defensively. Figure out Koa who gets the shot on that move. 6 points for Koa in the game. Here's a shot from the baseline left side. That's Taylor Hancock. No good there. Rebound. Wildcats. Jaden Lynch has it up the right sideline. Alyssa Williams fields that pass. Back to Lynch. Also in the game is Noelle Walker for the Wildcats. Koa Yazi is out there. DeJoan White on the floor as well. And Koa, nice job. She's got back-to-back baskets for the Wildcats as she handled the ball nicely as Snowflake was doing what they could to punch it out of her possession there, but hung on to it, and the shot was good. Chinle back in front by 10 again, 43-33. And there is Raya Denhalter. Snowflake with the runner. It's no good. Denhalter rebound, and this time the right-handed follow is no good, but she got fouled. So she'll get a pair of shots thanks to the 4th foul of the game on Koa Yazi. So I was going to make a comment earlier, and I was going to say when Koa picked up her 2nd foul, that was either late 2nd quarter or very early 3rd quarter. She picked up her 2nd foul. I was going to say, Koa, a lot of times during on our broadcast, Koa gets in foul trouble. There's some ASU fans right there. That's what I was looking at. I was trying to see if I recognize the people. They were trying to show me ASU fans. Is what the camera and the director were saying. They're saying, Floyd, look at the screen. Okay. Let me get back to my point on Koa here in a minute. As Araya made 1 out of 2. Inbound, Wildcats up the floor. And look at DeJoan White. She's got some good ball handling skills for a post player like that, doesn't she? I mean, really, she's got a complete game. She can play inside or outside, but since you can't really defend her in the low post, you're going to see her inside a lot. But really, she could play outside the arc if that was what she was called on to do. Jump shot left side, rebound. Wildcats after the miss. Our score here, 43-34 with 6 minutes remaining in regulation of the girls' game. Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. On the baseline, there's DeJoan, and there's some help defense coming around, and her wraparound pass is going to go off her teammate's hands. Noelle Walker out of bounds, and they're going to call timeout. We're going to stay right here as we bring you Northland basketball, Chinle and Snowflake in the girls' game. At the end of our broadcast of the girls' game, we will end the broadcast and start a new one for the boys' game. So be aware of that. That's going to be coming up Let's see, Sholo girls lose to Tuba City. 44-24 was the final. No, losing. Okay, same. That was just the same update from a while ago. I missed that. Ganado 61, Winslow 51 from Ganado. About a minute 52 remaining in the fourth quarter, according to Thomas. Thomas, we're going to trust you on that one. Final score in the Tuba City and Sholo girls game. That was played at Sholo. It was supposed to be played at Tuba City, but they had a problem in Tuba City. So they moved the game to Sholo. 52-32, Tuba City gets the victory. Thank you, RD12, RD12. Shonda says, ASU all the way. And with, let's see, Ganado beating Winslow by 20 in the girls' game. Well done, Ganado. Earlier, let me finish my thought on Koa Yazi. I was going to say, whenever it was, toward the beginning of the half, I was going to say, you know what? Koa is, managing her fouls really well. No foul trouble at all. And just the mere thought of it, I think, jinxed her. I didn't say it, so the broadcaster jinx, you wouldn't have known there was a broadcaster jinx in effect, because I didn't say it, but turns out that just thinking about it jinxed her, and then she picked up her 3 fouls very quickly in that third quarter, and now with 4 fouls, she's on the bench for the Wildcats, at least for a while. I'm sure that coach will bring her back in a little bit. And here she comes right on cue. J.C. Ballard committing a foul for Snowflake, tried to clear out with the forearm shiver. That was a more aggressive clear out right there than Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. That was more physical and more aggressive than any swing that either one of those guys took in that so-called boxing match. Quote, end quote, boxing match. Inside it goes. Alyssa Williams on the baseline. She's going to rush one up there. No good. The follow, no good for Dijon, but she got the rebound again and dribbled it wisely back outside to give Wildcats more of a possession, and they're going to burn some clock right here with 4:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Chinle 43, Snowflake 36. Koyazi, and she rolls one off the front of the lip of the rim. No good. Rebound Snowflake, and Denhalter might have got away with one dribbling up the sideline. Look at her scoop it up there. Shot no good. Desiree Yazi clears it out for the Wildcats. Hey, look at the hesitation and the look the other way, but Dijon's going to get called for the offensive foul. She's got 3 fouls in the game. Interesting on that. Take another look at it. She gets called. Boy, I tell you, it sure looked like the defender kind of leaned in there, that's one I could see why Coach McCurtain was arguing with the official on that. Kanisha Whitehorse asking what our broadcast schedule is for December. Guess what, Kanisha? Somewhere I have the broadcast schedule. It's because we always do a month at a time. It is always subject to change, though we don't often make changes. I can tell you this week we are scheduled to be at Alchese on Thursday night. The Wildcats hosting Window Rock, so that's where we are scheduled to be on Thursday. We do have a personnel issue with that broadcast that we are trying to work on right now and make sure that we can bring you that broadcast from Alchese. But we got to work that out between now and then. So it's on the schedule. And then we also are scheduled to be at Winslow on Saturday. Another chance to see the Window Rock Fighting Scouts this coming Saturday night. Girls at 6, boys at 7:30. Same time, start times in White River for those games. As you watch Alyssa Williams go around the world right there and get the shot. And the Cats are in front by 9. 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in regulation. Somebody out there, Chance Hill. Come on, Chance, Iowa State. What are you talking about, bro? That's got to be like a Wildcats fan that says that. Alyssa Williams, now left side to Koa Yazi, guarded by Nicole Hips. Koa comes off the screen to the baseline, has to reverse out of there. And a blocking foul by Snowflake on the baseline. JC Ballard commits the foul. So after the game, immediately in our postgame, we're going to interview the victorious head coach, whomever that is, also the player of the game, whomever that is. And then we're going to end the broadcast and start a whole new one for the boys game, okay? So stand by for it and keep it in mind. You'll have to look for that boys broadcast separately on the Sports Zone Radio YouTube channel. Unfortunately, our Facebook live feed not working. We always have, seems, trouble with Facebook. It's not the greatest place to do live video stream work. So count on us being right here on the YouTube for you, okay? We've got a lot of people out there watching right now. Thanks for being there, everybody. Here's the inbound. Nicole Hips. And she lost that out of bounds. Well, I guess they're going to say it was the Wildcats who touched the ball. Hancock gives it up left side for the long shot. No good there for Kennedy Stewart, who's returned for Snowflake. Denhalter, the spin move on the baseline, can't make that. Got it back. Lost the handles, and the Wildcats save it in. Great effort by Koa Yazi. Now a minute 55 remaining. 9 points, the deficit for Snowflake. If they're going to make a move, it's got to happen right now. Wildcats going to try to use up every bit of that shot clock if they can. No need to when Koa Yazi gets you the points and the foul as well. It's Kennedy Stewart out there trying to stay with her. So Koa, who has accounted for 75% of the fourth quarter scoring for the Wildcats. She's now got 10 points in the game. Koa's at the line. We've got 98 seconds remaining in regulation. Free throw is good, 48-36. Timeout is taken, everybody. Timeout on the floor. We'll just stay right here with it. Want to remind you that our broadcast coverage of Northland basketball is presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. We highly covet and value their sponsorship, the relationship we have with them. You take a look at the score here on your screen. Those watching on the live video, 48-36. Somebody just got home from work watching from Morenci, and they say, "Go Morenci Wildcats." What? Just watching the game from Morenci and saying, "Hey, go Wildcats," not the Chinle Wildcats, so go Morenci Wildcats. All right. Well, we appreciate you watching. And I'll tell you this, I got a lot of regard for the Morenci Wildcats. I really do. I'll say this, of all the places I've been to watch a football game, I felt like the people, the football fans at Morenci High School, this was the game I went to was last year, not 2024, but in 2023. Went to a game there, Blue Ridge at Morenci. My son played in that game. By the way, Blue Ridge pulled off the big upset in that game over Morenci. And I got to tell you, man, the Morenci fans were the classiest, best fans I think I might have ever been around to go to a game. I have nothing but good things to say about them. The arena there is amazing. The football field. It's an outdoor field, but I mean they've done a great job. They got last year they had gotten a new playing surface, new artificial turf playing surface. It's outstanding, man. Outstanding. And I enjoyed my trip to Morenci. And it helped that I got to see the football game I was there, the team I was there to watch, I got to see them get a victory. You know, Morenci won that year. They won the 3A South region in football, and it was the toughest region in the state. It produced the champions. Sabino were in that region, but Morenci beat Sabino in the regular season. I'm just reminiscing. Here's a drive by Kupfer. Snowflake missed the shot, and then a hard landing on the floor right there by Jaden Lynch. She got fouled to get her there to the floor. Taylor Hancock committed the foul. Well, you know, it was more just lost her footing right there. Wasn't as much Taylor as it was falling on her own. See, somebody called Torpedo Cash. Torpedo Cash. I mean, just like let's combine two random names together, and that's going to be my nickname. And I'm assuming that's a nickname. Maybe it's a real name. I don't know. Torpedo Cash. It's an awesome name. Just two names you don't expect to go together. Thank you for the update. They say Window Rock 52, Blue Ridge 43 at the start of the fourth quarter. That would be a girls' game. So Torpedo, thank you, man. Mucho appreciato. .38 seconds remaining in regulation. Looks like the Wildcats are on their way to a win. They're up by 14 right now. Snowflake miss inside. Dan Halter miss on the follow. Rebound to Dijon. Long pass goes up the floor, and it's tied up. Brianna Benali trying to take it in. And Bryn Kupfer fronting her defensively for Snowflake. Tie up with 23.7 seconds remaining. No shot clock for this final go. So Wildcats with it. So we're going to talk to our Sports Zone player of the game at the end of this. Do we have to vote, guys? Is there any reason to vote? It's going to be that outstanding post player. Working her way into legend status like her sister, Stacy Begay, who was a legend playing girls basketball here at Chinle High School. Not long ago either, and Stacy right now is in Virginia, right? Playing basketball in Virginia. Jaden Lynch at the line for Wildcats, handing that point. Dijon White is our Sports Zone player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and we are going to get a chance to talk with her in our postgame in a moment. We'll also talk with head coach Francine McCurtain of the Chinle Wildcats, and that's going to come up here in just seconds. 5 seconds remaining here. Benali races out of the pack with a rebound. Brianna picks it up on the sideline, and that is it. And that is all. That's the final for you right there, 51-36. Our final score, everybody. The Chinle Wildcats get a win. Stacy Begay is actually watching. She says West Virginia, Floyd. There's a little difference. Yeah, West Virginia and Virginia. There's a big difference. Okay, there's a difference. By the way, you know the song Take Me Home, Country Roads, right? Where they say West Virginia. The lyric is West Virginia. Did you know that it's not talking about the state of West Virginia? It's actually just talking about the western part of Virginia. Little known fact out there, and now you know. Stacy, I hope you're doing well. Your sister is doing well. And she's going to pick up our Sports Zone player of the game on a 22-point night, but she had 18 of that in the first half, just took her foot off the pedal. If they'd have just kept feeding her inside, then her numbers would, that 22 would look like a whole lot more, I can promise you that. So we'll be talking to our player of the game here in just a moment, everybody. After that's all done, we will wrap up the girls' broadcast, and you can look for the boys' broadcast on another broadcast, brand new broadcast. Let's see, somebody said, yes, Morenci is in a tough region, just like the res teams from the north. I'll always cheer for the res teams, but for now, I'm a Morenci Wildcat. That's LNLN. And that's awesome. This young lady right here needs no help. She just goes right straight to the headset and get it all set up and put in place. Let's put that right there, okay? Can you hear me? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's got to do a little microphone change out here. Dijon, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Hi, everybody. From our courtside location at the Chinle Wildcat Den, I'm Floyd Simmons, bringing you coverage of Northland basketball presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. And in game one of our coverage tonight from Chinle, the Lady Wildcats have defeated the Snowflake Lady Lobos 51-36. Welcome in as we talk to our Sports Zone player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Deshaun White picks it up. Deshaun, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Well, LeMan, you had a tremendous first half of basketball. Played well in the second half as well, but they didn't attack that low block with you in that second half like the first half, where you scored 18 of your 22 points. But tell me what it was like out there for you tonight, because I just felt like Snowflake had no answer for you. They couldn't defend you down low. Tell me about the game from your perspective.
I was just in attack mode for the night. Learning from my siblings, just taking off of them and doing whatever I can for the team.
I think you might have just answered my second question. I'll ask it anyway, and that is, what have you been doing in the offseason? You were a great player last year. We knew that. There's something different about your play now. It's more technical and also quicker. You got a great first step. You got that hook on the defender real quick. They can't match your speed right there. What did you do in the offseason to prepare for this year?
I was in the gym a lot off-season with the girls, with my coaches, just working on a lot of my fundamentals, my footwork. And, not only being a big, but dribbling the ball handling.
See, I get the feeling that not only are you a great post player, but if they wanted you to play guard, if they wanted you to bring the ball up, if they wanted you to shoot from the outside and handle the ball out there, that you could do that just as easily. Am I right about that? Could you play inside or outside?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No issue about it at all, right?
No.
No two ways about it. Listen, your sister's out there. Let me see if she said that's our theme song, Take Me Home Country Roads. Hey, Stacy, you want to say anything to your sister on the live chat? She's out there on the live chat. We got her right here. If you hurry up, you can say hi. What a game. Your team looking pretty good. You feel like you guys are in a good place right now?
I think we are. Learning a lot from our coaches, our new coaches, Jay, and we're working a lot this season. We have target on our back. And we're all coming together as one, playing as one, and yeah.
Well, I like it a lot, Stacy, and I like what you did today. 22 points to lead the scoring. You're the Sports Zone player of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. You can look at the camera right there if you want, and you can, if you want to say a little hello, a little whatever. You don't even have to. You can say it in Navajo, whatever you want to say to Stacy, because she's back there watching the game. What do you got for her?
Hi, Stace. Hi, Cash. Hi, Ken. I miss you guys. I can't wait for you guys to come home and watch me play. Yeah.
I love it. Great job today, okay?
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Stacy, your sister did us all proud, and Dijon is the Sports Zone's player of the game today in this one. She is, boy, I tell you, she is going to be hard for anybody to cover in that low block area where she just does such good work with the basketball. Hey, let's continue from our courtside location in Chinle. The Wildcat Den. Floyd Simmons here, and the Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Choice NTUA Wireless. Final score in the girls' game today, Chinle 51, Snowflake 36. Let's talk to the head coach of the Chinle Wildcats. Coach Francine McCurtain is with us. Coach, the way your team is playing, we're going to get a lot of post-game interviews with you, Coach. It's already by December 3rd, our second interview, because your team has picked up 2 wins. Looked great out there tonight. How do you feel like your team performed?
Oh, much better. Way better today. We had a few more practices, of course, and coming together to the Thanksgiving break helped us out in that little break that we had. Watching film over the Sholo game, the girls knew what they're more capable of doing, so them coming out ready to play gives me much more confidence.
You were able to get that lead early, built in the second half, and just never looked back.
Yeah.
Never look back. It was you guys controlling the tempo, controlling the pace. Snowflake would creep back into it a little bit, but you'd never let them get too close, and you'd pull away again. Your team knows how to play with the lead, don't they?
Right, yeah. It's about game time adjustments. Of course, both teams are always making adjustments, but it's about us making sure that we keep our composure and what our game plan is. So there were some times we made some mistakes. What can we do to correct that mistake? So we're constantly talking and constantly communicating with the girls. And what's better is that they communicate more on the floor than we do on the sidelines.
Outstanding. It's like having some coaches out there on the floor, isn't it?
Right, with my 3 captains and the seniors, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of the 3 captains, and I'm assuming those are Dijon,
yeah,
and Koa,
yep,
and Jaden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 3, and we'll get a lot of chances to talk about Jaden. She did some special things for you, but I want to ask you about the 2 others right now because I sense something about Koa and about Dijon, and that is there's something about their game that has been elevated this year. They seem more technical.
Mm-hmm.
They seem more structured.
Right.
Under control. What is it that they're doing? What has changed with them coming into the year?
Well, I think it's maturity. Maturity is one of them, and then also growing up and developing in my program. I'm going to give myself a little praise.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, and you know what? These girls, they play constant year-round too, and basketball is huge here under Res, so I know they played all summer with a couple of teams, and so that helps their development too. So everything counts, especially people who are helping them in the summer is to help them develop to here and now. So as they're maturing, they know not to make silly fouls, not to, they have to box out now. And so when you're talking about technical things, those things add up, especially at the end of the game, and free throws do count. So I think our free throws were a lot better than the other night last week. So I'm proud of the girls for stepping up tonight.
When you think about 3A basketball, how many teams do you think out there have a real good, legitimate answer for Dijon White in the low blocks? Because she looks to me like she is so hard to cover, to guard.
She's going to be a beast. And then we're, why stop something that's working for us? So we're going to feed into her as much as we can. And then there's times that, that she can come out and shoot too. So she didn't show a lot of shooting, but if we're getting points in the paint, we'll get the easy ones instead.
Nice win, Coach. Congratulations.
Yep. All right, thank you. Good
Awesome.
job, girls.
Francine McCurtain is the head coach of the Chinle Lady Wildcats. Stacey Begay, we're talking to her on the live chat out there. Hey, congratulations on the win to the Chinle Lady Wildcats. Final score again, 51-36. They have defeated the Snowflake Lady Lobos in this home game for Chinle. They are now 2-1 on the season. Snowflake overall on the campaign is 3-2. The first 4 games they played were tournament games. We're going to end the broadcast here now. We'll start a whole new one for the boys game coming up in a little bit. Here from Chinle and the Wildcat Den. It's going to be Snowflake and Chinle in that boys game in just a few minutes. Stand by for it or go look for it as soon as we get this one done. We'll get that other one populated on the YouTube channel here in just a moment. I want to thank our entire crew, our producer Derek Simmons, our technical director Julio K, and shooting the camera for us tonight, the great Leonard Keone. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons saying God bless you, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Join us for the boys game in just a few moments. More coverage from Chinle coming up in just a few moments.